Alana Ryder's life was a testament to the power of resilience and determination. Born and raised in a low-income household, Alana learned early on to appreciate the little things in life. Her parents, though struggling to make ends meet, instilled in her a strong sense of values and a desire to succeed. Growing up, Alana was a bright and ambitious student. She worked multiple part-time jobs to support her family while maintaining excellent grades. Her hard work paid off when she earned a scholarship to attend a local university. Alana's academic prowess and infectious smile quickly made her a beloved figure on campus. Despite her humble beginnings, Alana exuded confidence and compassion. She had a unique ability to connect with people from all walks of life, and her empathy drew others to her. Alana's passion for helping others led her to volunteer at a local homeless shelter, where she met the love of her life, Caleb Hunter, the only son of the wealthy and influential Hunter family. It was a chilly winter evening when Alana Ryder first met Caleb Hunter at the local homeless shelter. Alana was serving hot meals to the residents, while Caleb was helping to distribute warm clothing. As they worked side by side, they exchanged pleasantries and introduced themselves. Their initial conversation was brief, but it laid the foundation for a deep and meaningful connection. Over the next few weeks, Alana and Caleb continued to cross paths at the shelter, and their conversations grew longer and more meaningful. They discovered shared passions for social justice, music, and literature, and their mutual respect and admiration for each other blossomed into romance. Caleb, smitten by Alana's kindness, compassion, and beauty, asked her out on a proper date. Alana, hesitant at first due to their different backgrounds, eventually agreed. Their first date was a magical evening of dinner, laughter, and conversation that lasted long into the night. As the months passed, Alana and Caleb's whirlwind romance continued to sweep them off their feet. They spent countless hours exploring the city, trying new restaurants, and attending concerts. Caleb introduced Alana to his world of luxury and privilege, but he also made it clear that he loved and accepted her for who she was, regardless of her humble background. One fateful evening, Caleb took Alana to the same homeless shelter where they first met. He led her to the spot where they had shared their first conversation, got down on one knee, and proposed to her with a beautiful diamond ring. Alana, overwhelmed with emotion, said yes. As they hugged and kissed, the residents of the shelter, who had grown fond of the couple, erupted in cheers and applause. It was a moment that Alana and Caleb would cherish forever, a testament to the power of true love to bridge even the widest of social divides. However, their love was not without its challenges. The Hunter family's wealth and social status created a world of expectations and obligations which Alan did not fit into, especially for their one and only heir. The Hunter family was a pillar of wealth and influence in their community. Harrison Hunter, Caleb's father, was a successful businessman with a vast fortune, while Regina Hunter, Caleb's mother, was a renowned socialite and philanthropist. Together, they had built a dynasty that commanded respect and admiration. However, their privileged lifestyle and high social standing had also instilled in them a sense of entitlement and superiority. Not only this, they were both actually evil and mean at heart. When Caleb introduced Alana to his family, they were immediately dismissive of her due to her humble background. Regina Hunter was particularly appalled by Alana's lack of social connections and her unrefined manners. She saw Alana as a threat to the family's reputation and a potential embarrassment to their social standing. Harrison Hunter shared his wife's concerns, viewing Alana as a liability who could tarnish the family's image and jeopardize their business interests. Besides, he already had the daughter of a business associate that he wanted Caleb to marry. Caleb's siblings, Kenya and Micah, also echoed their parents' disapproval. Kenya saw Alana as a rival for attention and affection, while Micah viewed her as a potential threat to their wealth and influence, a gold digger. Only Jada, Caleb's younger sister, showed any kindness and understanding towards Alana. She saw the love and happiness that Alana brought to Caleb's life and was willing to accept her as a part of their family. Despite his family's disapproval, Caleb stood firm in his commitment to Alana. However, his family's warning was clear, and the relationship with Alana faced the consequences. Caleb was torn between his love for Alana and his loyalty to his family. Little did he know that his family's disapproval would soon escalate into something far more evil. As the wedding day approached, Alana's excitement grew. She had always dreamed of a fairytale wedding, and Caleb's family's wealth and influence made it possible to bring that dream to life. The couple had chosen a luxurious venue, and Alana had spent hours selecting the perfect wedding gown, a stunning lace mermaid dress that accentuated her curves. Despite the excitement and joy surrounding the wedding preparations, tensions remained high within the Hunter family. Regina and Harrison continued to voice their disapproval of Alana, making it clear that they did not consider her worthy of their son. Kenya and Micah also kept their distance, their coldness towards Alana evident in their actions and words. However, not everyone in the Hunter family shared the same sentiments. Jada, Caleb's younger sister, had grown close to Alana during the wedding preparations. She admired Alana's kindness, compassion, and strength, and she was thrilled to see her brother so happy. Jada made a conscious effort to include Alana in family gatherings and events, trying to bridge the gap between Alana and the rest of the family. As the wedding day drew near, Alana's nerves began to settle in. She couldn't help but feel a sense of unease, knowing that Caleb's family still did not fully accept her. Despite this, she was determined to make the most of the special day, surrounded by Caleb, Jada, her parents, and the friends who had supported her throughout the journey. Little did she know, however, that her happiness would soon be short-lived. The Harrison Hunter and Regina Hunter's disapproval of Alana had been simmering for months, but as the wedding day approached, their resentment turned sinister. Regina and Harrison began to conspire against Alana, fueled by their own selfish interests and desire to protect the family's reputation, as well as the irritation of being defied by a girl from a poor background. They decided to teach her the lesson of her life and to permanently get her away from their son's life. In secret, they hatched a plot to murder Alana, using their wealth and influence to cover their tracks. They decided to use poison, a subtle yet deadly method that would allow them to maintain their innocence. Unbeknownst to the Hunter family, however, their sinister plan was overheard by Jamal Corey, Jada's husband. He was also in the family estate with the rest of the family in preparation for the wedding. Jamal had been working late one evening when he stumbled upon the powerful couple's conversation. And so, he decided to watch their every move all through the wedding in order to prevent any form of tragedy. On the wedding eve, Harrison and Regina made a big show of accepting Alana into their family in front of everyone. Even Alana and Caleb were surprised and happy at the same time, thinking that love won finally. After the dinner, everybody started getting to bed to prepare for the big day. Regina waited until nobody was in sight and she called Alana to her bedroom. She told Alana that she wanted to give a family heirloom that she could pass down to her children. Excitedly, Alana followed her, and when she go to Regina's big beautiful room, she was offered a drink, which she gladly took. But not long after, she started feeling a growing pain in her stomach which weakened her and she eventually died. With the help of their personal bodyguard, they disposed of her body on the beach so that it would look like she drowned. The following morning, Alana's body was discovered on the beach by Maya, who screamed for help. Alana was taken to the clinic, but it was too late. Her husband was devastated at the horror that his wedding day had turned out to be. The police were informed, and the general conclusion for the cause of her death was stated to be drowning. Even though both Alana's parents and Caleb kept wondering why she would go for a swim at night when she didn't know how to swim, Jamal, consumed by anger and regret for not preventing the tragedy, rushed to the police station to report the crime. He begged to remain anonymous until the case was concluded, fearing retribution from the powerful Hunter family. Jamal handed over the glass cup that had held the poisoned drink, which he had retrieved from Regina's room while the family was distracted by disposing of Alana's body. And he also told the police of the conversation that he had heard the powerful couple talking about. The police sprang into action, launching a thorough investigation into the Hunter family's activities. They secured a search warrant for the mansion, focusing particularly on Regina's room. There, they discovered a hidden compartment containing a vial of the deadly poison. As the forensic and autopsy reports came in, the evidence mounted against the Hunter family. The poison found in the cup Jamal had provided matched the poison discovered in Alana's system. as well as Regina's fingerprints all over the cup, the police now had conclusive proof that the hunters had indeed murdered Alana. With the evidence in hand, the police obtained arrest warrants for Regina and Harrison. The family's wealth and influence could not protect them from justice this time. As they were taken away in handcuffs, Jamal's courage in coming forward had finally brought the truth to light, and he was so happy because the couple had scorned him several times and he couldn't do anything about it, and so this seemed like the best payback he could ever think of. Regina was shocked at this because she felt the cup had been taken care of by their bodyguard. She and Hunter were reluctant to talk at first, but when they realized that the case had gone to a federal level and that their money could not really save them, they confessed to their crime. As news of the arrest spread, the community was left reeling in shock and outrage. The Hunter family's reputation, once revered and admired, was now forever tarnished by their heinous crime. Neighbors, friends, and acquaintances struggled to reconcile the family's dark secrets with the facade of perfection they had presented to the world. They were immediately charged to court, and the trial was a sensationalized media event, with the prosecution presenting a damning case against the Hunter family. In the end, justice was served. Regina Hunter and Harrison Hunter were found guilty of Alana's murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. The aftermath of the trial was devastating for Caleb, who was left to pick up the pieces of his shattered life. He was consumed by grief, guilt, and anger, struggling to come to terms with the fact that his own parents had brutally murdered the woman he loved. With the support of Jada and Jamal, Caleb slowly began to rebuild his life, finding solace in counseling and therapy. Jada, too, was deeply affected by the tragedy. She had always felt like an outsider within her own family, and the revelation of their dark secrets only reinforced those feelings. However, with Jamal's support, Jada found the strength to distance herself from her family's toxic legacy and forge a new path, one built on truth, compassion, and integrity. Even wicked Kenya and Micah were left feeling sad and shocked at their parents' actions, which they described as unbelievable. This tragic story serves as a touching reminder of the importance of acceptance, love, and inclusivity. It highlights the dangers of prejudice, elitism, and the destructive nature of unchecked ambition. The Hunter family's actions demonstrate what can happen when we allow our own biases and fears to dictate our behavior, rather than embracing diversity and promoting understanding. What lessons do you think society can learn from this case? Share your thoughts below. If you found this story compelling, please consider sharing it to spread awareness. Like this video, subscribe to uncover more true crime stories where deception and truth collide. Click here to watch another chilling case in our series.